Hi, you're listening to the Chasing Tone podcast. I'm Travis.
I'm Max.
And I'm Kerry King. Brian Wampler.
That's Brian Wampler. All right. No, seriously, I got to address something that we get a lot. That intro song.
Do you know there's only guitar on one side, right?
I do know, because it's my song and I wrote it. and no, I'm just teasing. But yes, we wanted it to have a fuller effect. And the reason being is like there's a Rage Against the Machine song. I don't remember the one. It is maybe Killing in the Name of. No, it's not that one. But Killing is it? Okay, well maybe.
Sleep Down on Fire, I think, did that.
I don't know, but in the intro, the guitar's just on one side, and when the rest of the band comes in, it comes in stereo.
Oh,
and it's just
Bulls on Parade, I think.
Bulls on Parade. I don't know, but it's one. No, it's off the first record.
Is it? I don't
yeah,
remember.
but anyway, I always wanted to do that, so I told the producer, I was like, "Let's do that." So nothing's wrong with your radio or your headphones or anything.
We had some requests. Can you go ahead and just put that second guitar on the other speaker?
They actually say that. Yeah. They ask me, no, I can't. I just can't do it.
Always
it's my record, and if you don't like it, you're wrong.
Or you can email my record label and say, give him money to re-record another record.
Reese Winans liked it. What did your keyboard player say? Nothing. That's right.
Reese wasn't on that record. Reese was on the second record.
Tell him, Jeeves. Jeeves. You guys can't see. They replaced my stool. I had the. There's Jeeves. Jeeves' face. See him? Now you don't. My coffee mug strategically.
I feel so bad for the people that this is audio only, because they have no idea what you're talking about.
They have no idea what you're talking about, yeah.
I don't like Jeeves. Who's Jeeves? When did they get Jeeves on the radio? Chubby guy's stupid.
They don't know you're chubby if it's just audio only.
Dude, you can probably hear it in my voice. It's like, he sounds chubby and bald. Yes.
Okay, so we have this little statue next to Max with like a little tray.
A butler.
Like a butler,
Jeeves, if you will.
Even if you won't, it's still Jeeves.
Yes, Jeeves, take him home.
And it's now part of our staff for today.
Yeah.
It's true.
He holds Max's coffee.
Best assistant I've ever had. Only assistant I've ever had.
Wait a minute. Is this a podcast about stuff?
Yeah.
Tone?
No.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Chasing the topic with Travis.
Chasing topics. Oh, man. Okay, so...
Numero uno.
All right, this is just kind of a funny story, though. You want to tell it? Because you got the email.
Sure, yeah, we can do that. I didn't know if you wanted to jump into the last night thing.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah.
Okay,
We need to assist our customers.
So this is great. I LOL'd out loud. So I laughed out loud.
You lolled out loud? I do
Yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah.
What's a ROFL? Seriously,
I think it's
ROFL?
I think
That's
it's
when they draw your ticket out of a bucket.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought it was a cage fighting move.
ROFL.
Ruffle.
You've seen this? Have you seen it? It says
Cage fighting
ROFL.
move. If you don't shut up, we're going to get a raffle right now. You understand? We're going to step outside and raffle and park.
Struggle snuggle.
That's something totally different.
Oh, I got such a funny story about that.
What, struggle snuggle or raffle?
Might as well go.
It was okay. So we have, let's see, just recently, this past week, we added another video editor, and she's from high school, so she's getting ready to kind of like interning to go out and go to college for serious video editing, not working for hacks like us. But anyways, so she starts editing the podcast or looking at one, and she clicks on it right in the middle, and it just happens to be on the picture where you show the struggle of two girls.
Yeah, it's true.
Doing the L7.
Yeah,
in a
you're
wrestling
liking the
move.
L7.
Huh?
You're liking L7.
I like
aren't you?
that. So they're doing the L7 in the wrestling move. She's like, she looks over at Nevin, the other video guy, looks at me.
No,
and I
it
like,
was-
what a place to.
It was awkward. They're
start
going
from.
through an old hard drive and they just happen to find that picture. And she's like, I'm like, yeah, just ignore that. Like,
You never saw that.
here.
You
can
never
tell,
saw that.
Like the thoughts going to their heads, like, what did I just get myself into?
Right.
And what's even more funny, if you rewind a little bit, he called her Megan when her real name's Amber. He's like, "Are you sure it's not Megan?" She's like, "Yeah, it's Amber." He's like, "Okay, Megan."
I can remember Megan, so that's what I'm telling you.
You're so nice to your employees.
So every time that I'm talking to her and I say Megan, she corrects me, Amber, and I just keep going.
I've never met her. I haven't.
Man, we haven't talked about one guitar.
That's because you're a home worker.
I am a home worker. 2 jobs. Oh man!
So-
You ever wonder if you ever seen those like Kentucky Fried Chickens and Taco Bells that are together?
Yes.
Yeah. If I worked there, I would brag that I had 2 jobs. I would. I'd be like, "Hey, I'm a single dad. I got 2 jobs."
I
Funny.
love that place.
Funny.
It's like I need a burrito supreme and a bucketed chicken.
Doublelicious.
Yeah. That was
Remember when we went on Doublelicious kicks and we gained like 15 pounds in 3 weeks?
Then you lost yours, and I gained 15 more.
That's because you always had to have a blizzard afterwards.
It's true. It's after a game of golf.
Yeah, we would go to one fast food restaurant, pick out there, and then Max would be like, "You think what I'm thinking?" I'm like, "Dude, we're already on the way to Dairy Queen."
It was more like, Dad, can we go to Dairy Queen?
Dad, can we get ice cream? We should probably talk about tone.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we're 10 minutes in this,
6.
so Nick Samuelson apparently leads a youth band. So he says, "Hey guys, I led a youth band at my church for the confirmation worship services every Wednesday. After watching this week's podcast, I decided to check my mic at church by repeating Sibilance. Sibilance." So in walks his boss, and his boss says, "Did you just say syphilis in front of 200 middle school students?" He said, "No." And
I love the hashtag.
Yeah, he put hashtag hash brown awkward.
Fantastic. I'm totally using hash brown awkward in my daily. I mean, that's hash brown awkward. L7 with our intern, hash brown awkward.
My whole life is hash brown awkward.
It's true.
It's true, man.
That's why we're friends.
That is why. Another reason we're friends? So yesterday, I'm on Skype, and I asked him a question, and then I called him on Skype, and I started playing Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles on my ukulele. And he was like, "You want to know how I know we're best friends?" I was like, "Why?" He's like, "I asked for a ukulele for Christmas."
It's true. We didn't even talk about it ahead of time. Like,
yeah, we had no idea.
Both just got a ukulele at the same time.
Well, mine's because I love this guitar, man. It's a Blue Ridge. It's an acoustic. I think brand new. They're like $500, $600.
Sounds great though.
But it's all wood. It's all mahogany. It sounds great. It's what do they call it? The 00?
Yeah, I think
right?
it's like a spruce top to it. I mean,
it's spruce
nice.
top, mahogany back and sides.
It's nice.
Do you use pedals with it?
No, but I do use one of those Phil Jones bass acoustic amps, 5-inch drivers.
Cool.
Sounds unreal.
Maybe that's our new market. We start making ukulele pedals. We'll be the first.
But my infant son thinks that he just learned how to throw things. Well, I guess he's almost a toddler now. I mean, right?
He's not really infant anymore.
He's
is
Yeah,
he?
he's
walking
toddler.
around,
Yeah, he's
making
toddler. But dang it, that sucks. But anyways,
quick, man.
he'll take one of his like plastic balls and just bang on my guitar. And like he knows where he bangs right on the strings because that makes the noise. Every now and again he'll miss, so I hear clunk, clunk, clunk. So I bought him a ukulele. So I'm like, beat the crap out of that.
That's a good idea, man.
It's not even a real instrument.
It is. It's awesome. Makes me feel like a giant though. That it's the same thing. Like when on an airplane they give you a little bottle of booze. It's like Godzilla. And
Didn't go zero com.
or Andre the Giant. Anybody want to play?
Anybody want a peanut?
Anyways, number 2.
Wait, real quick. We asked on a show where the Sibilance thing came from, right?
Yeah, I forget what they said now.
Somebody
but
told me it
like
was-
45,000 people emailed us.
Somebody told me that it was Tom Hanks said it first in Saturday Night Live. Is that right?
I don't know.
That was one of the answers. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Wikipedia told me so. It must be true.
Either that or the guy just told me he was right because he really wanted a T-shirt.
Either way, I'd give him a T-shirt just for making that up.
Yeah.
That's so obscure. I'd be like, dude, I'm gonna give you a T-shirt.
Yeah, you earned this.
It's the best lie I've ever heard. I don't know if it's really a lie or anything, but yeah. Hilarious.
Maybe we should change it to if you get your question, if we say your question, we give you the T-shirt we're wearing.
T-shirt that we're wearing?
Yeah.
Some people
Dude,
pay good
how
money
about
for
this
that.
T-shirt, huh? I don't know if you can't see it on the camera here. Wrong way.
Bro,
It's Lotus Pedals, man.
camera 1, camera 2.
Yeah, they something real cool I do want to talk about is Sean's his name, right?
Yep, Sean.
He posted this thing that was real heartfelt. Did you read it about
about his dad?
About his dad. So I mean, I don't know when that happened, Sean, but first off, my condolences. But it brought out something cool. He's doing a delay pedal that he worked. So it's Lotus Pedals. And
I think Jack DeVille's work.
Jack DeVille and Philippe from Caroline Guitar Company. Yep. So basically, you got Caroline, Mr. Black, and Lotus Pedals all came together for this reverb pedal. And I believe all the proceeds are going to cancer research. And I'll spell the name of the pedal. And if you have any complaints,
that's just the name.
Yeah, it's just the name of the pedal. But it's FK, and then on top it's CNCR.
Right.
So it's pretty cool, right?
I was going to say it and you can bleep it out.
Yeah. But no, come on. That takes time in editing.
Well, that.
But no, I mean, it's a great cause. The pedal sounds great. So just wanted to throw that out there, whatever it's worth. I'm not trying to like advertise for anybody, but it's a worthy cause.
Yeah,
so.
That's cool, man.
Okay, so on this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think they're selling it in like aren't 100% of the proceeds going?
I think so.
So yeah,
and I think there's a limited number, maybe only like 100 of them.
I think so.
And if you don't care about all that, it sounds killer.
Right.
It does. It sounds great.
Yep. So just look up Lotus Pedals. You'll see it.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Just wanted to say something. But
can you talk about your Kerry Kerry?
Yeah,
King?
so Travis, remember that time Kerry King's tour manager flipped you off last night during the gig? It's a true story. And then the GM kicked Kerry King in his...
Well, I didn't. Okay, so here it is. Like,
you guys out.
I knew Kerry King, and if you guys don't know who Kerry King is, listeners,
Place for Poison.
No, I did meet that guy.
You did? Yeah,
I did meet that guy. He came to a gig once. But so anyways, Kerry King's a guitar player for Slayer, right? So anyways, I got to meet him. He was nice. He did the picture thing, which was cool. Put it up on the Chasing Tone podcast Instagram page. Little plug there. But so he was cool. And then I was playing, doing the gig or whatever. And then I saw Kerry and this dude, and then Kerry walks off, no big deal. And then this dude just flips me off for no reason.
Just walks up to the stage.
Not like a little like, no,
it
like
was
a heartfelt like,
yeah,
I hate you.
Yeah, like it's straight up like. And then I forget what I said, but I called it. I didn't know who he was.
Like, I want to party with that guy, man.
Yeah, I was like, I want to party with that guy. Are you in a club or something? Right into the mic, and everybody's like,
turn looks.
Yeah, everybody's turning to look. And then like, I'm not trying to say like I'm a big time operator or nothing, but I've been playing this club for like 10 years, man. And I'm not going to say I have clout, but I've never complained about, people, and I said that into the mic. So one of the general manager comes up and he's like, who was it? And I was like, dude, it's not a big deal. And he goes, long hair or short hair? I said, kind of long. And then come to find out, I guess they bounced him, right?
Yeah, they said they went up to Kerry King himself and said like, I don't care if your guy comes or goes, but you better keep him under control, or else I'm going to get him under control for you, or something like that.
Yeah,
and he's a big dude,
Oh, the general manager. Yeah. But
no, Kerry King's short. He's shorter than Travis.
Yeah, show me something.
You're gonna be proud of me.
Okay.
What's my name?
You're Brian. But since we're friends, I get to call you Big Time Operator.
And you stole that.
I completely ripped that off of you.
But it's awesome. Except for if you say BTO, she can't ever get that.
Yeah.
She'll say PTO. And it's like, no.
Not a drive shaft.
Yeah. I think I was, yeah.
Drive shaft.
Isn't a PTO a type of drive shaft?
I was going to say parent teaching organization.
That's what I thought, too.
Drive shaft.
I thought, no.
Yeah. Well, we were good kids in school, so we never had to meet with the PTO, bro.
It's just another thing people don't line up for. But you'll have 100 million people line up for a new iPhone. Like PTO, it's like, there's like 3 people.
You know what gets me? Is you go to a sporting event, and there's, 60,000 people that are screaming and yelling and so passionate about this game that people have died over it. In San Francisco, there was another fan there, and they knifed him. Right? Yeah, they knifed the guy, killed him for being a fan of another team.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Imagine if Americans got that pumped up about changing the country. And I'm not going to get into politics, but like, you ever thought about that? the passion for sport outweighs the passion.
I think
for
we
anything
did
else.
about 230 years ago.
Right? Yeah.
I'll get that excited about pedals right now. Let's do this. I got a big knife.
Yeah, that is a. He was bragging today that he could take that out of his pocket and flip it open at the same time.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Self open.
I got a. Hey,
Official knife of the Navy SEALs, Emerson Knives. Thank you.
Ricky was a young boy. He
had a heart of stone.
I'm gonna knife myself. You guys.
You don't even get it, dude.
I think he lived.
Worked 9 to 5. Worked his fingers to the bone.
Yeah.
He had no money. No place at home. Yeah, and then I know the line in there is fought like a switchblade, so no one could take him down, or something like that, right? That's where the line. Huh? It's a joke. It's hilarious if you know the. You know what? On Twitter, if you know the name of that song, hashtag it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Or just email it to us. I'd like to know if you guys are following me, smelling
So
what I'm
that'd be
stepping in.
hashtag Ask Chasing Tone.
Yeah. Hashtag Ask Chasing Tone.
Like how we all look up. It's like,
Yeah.
actually, it's snowing outside. It's been distracting me for the last 15 minutes. I don't even know what we're even talking about.
I don't even know where I'm at. Okay. So Kenny Stein had a good question. He wanted to know more about how we recommend stacking pedals.
On top of one another.
No, into each other. No, that's ridiculous. Max prefers to play double pedals,
I do.
so he doesn't have to worry about it.
It's true.
Do you like your tube screamer into your tube screamer or your tube screamer into your tube screamer?
Well, I'm glad you asked
Yes.
that question. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. But usually, tube screamer and tube screamer. Although I played a Klein into tube screamer last night.
Sounded great, man.
It's not killer.
Yeah.
Is that your pink mustache thingy?
No, I use Travis built me a little Klein clone, and I played that right into the Clarksdale.
Your
Sounded
mustache thingy, that's your tube screamer and tube screamer.
That's
Yeah.
tube screamer. Yeah, two TS-808s.
I just want to throw this out there. I have no intentions of anything ever building any other pedals for anybody else, including myself. Because I don't want anybody to be like, can you build me a clone?
I forgot to tell you that starting next Monday, you'll be building pedals.
Travis at wamplerpedals.com. I never get to say this. He will build you a Klein clone and seal it with a kiss. It'll sound like everything you want, and if it doesn't, email him again, Travis at wamplerpedals.com, and tell him how much it doesn't sound like you want it to. Sounds like Dreams and Starlight and Gummy Bears. If Gummy Bears had a sound, that's what they'd sound like. It sounds wonderful. Check it out.
With gummy bears, but just imagine a little bit more heavy on the low mids.
Like a big gummy bear.
Fat gummy bear.
Yeah, like one that's got a belly.
My wife loves gummy bears. She saw one in the Joanne Fabrics. It was 5 pounds. It was
One gummy bear?
One
Huge
gummy
one,
bear.
yeah.
Whoa, wait. Why were you enjoying fabrics?
Technically, I think it was Michael's, which I found out was like Guitar Center for my wife. We can't go in there without spending $100 or two. And I'm like, I understand now. I totally get it.
But you're in Bloomington, right?
I'd rather
if you're
shop
in
local.
Greenwood, the great thing is that Joanne Fabrics is right next door to Guitar Center.
I'm not that lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But like I do stuff like there's like all these craft stuff, right? So there's like letters and stuff. I'll rearrange the letters, be like, help me. I'm in the store with my wife. She's like, that's not funny, Max. It's not funny.
That's awesome.
My wife won't take me into those places anymore. I went into one and they had like this foam sword. So I grabbed it. I just would I'd walk around the store, and then every time she'd walk around a corner, I just beat the hell out of her with it. Of course, it doesn't hurt. It's it's lighter than a pool noodle. You know what I mean?
Right. I know.
So it's not like it's not like I'm going domestic. Wait, I can't make domestic violence jokes anymore. I got in trouble.
Well, dude, you shouldn't crack those jokes anyways.
Well, no, all I was gonna say is I got a white tank top the other day, and I just called it my Ray Rice jersey.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Your New Jersey. Oh, man.
All right. You know what?
So if you hate us, that's Travis at Wampler Pedals.
I'll just say this. If I offended you, I forgive you.
What do you say, Jeeves?
Stacking pedals. What I like to do is I like my lower gain pedal first. You know, I like to because it, like we've talked about before, it tightens up anything that's heavier gain. Sure. So I'm running a tube screamer into the Clarksdale, but that's cool because I can add bass, cut treble, and then I always cut the mids on them. But I set the Clarksdale up a little gainier because it sounds better than the Tube Screamer with gain.
Yeah.
And then I hit the front end of that with the Tube Screamer. You know?
Yeah.
Is that so? Last night, did you run your clone? Did you run that cleaner than your?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yep. Almost exact same thing. I like to stack light overdrives in general together. I just think stacking light
The
overdrives,
compression, yeah.
Yeah, there's just really nice compression. They can chunk up really nice.
Yeah. How do you'll actually run overdrive into distortion, right?
Me? I used to actually run a distortion into an overdrive. I used to like to have a
Really?
distorted signal and then take the overdrive and set it like lighter gain. And here's why, though.
Complete opposite.
Yeah, and the reason, though, is because I don't know, I probably played my first Jekyll and Hyde from Visual Sound about 2001-ish or so.
Didn't they do that
And-
chainsaw song?
Visuals.
No, Jekyll and Hyde. The lumberjack, you know what I'm talking about? There's a band that has a song with a chainsaw in it.
Is that Jackal?
Isn't that
Oh,
Jackal? Yeah.
Jackal.
Jackal.
Jackal. Yeah, I remember that. They always play at 8 seconds.
I think they.
They're always like on Friday, and then midget wrestling's on Saturday. And if you've never been to midget wrestling, it is the most demeaning thing you've ever seen, but fantastic.
Man.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Then we lost our audience. No, I'm kidding.
oh, there's a joke.
Hey, I don't.
I'm going to hell.
What did you say? I didn't hear.
Save me a seat.
What did you say?
No, I'm not saying it again.
I'll boost the crap out of that in editing so everybody can hear it.
I can't wait till it comes out. I didn't hear him.
No, it's not worth repeating.
So anyway, yeah, it's because I had a Jekyll and Hyde pedal, and I like the sound of them stacked up together. So on the Jekyll and Hyde, what you have is like a Tube Screamer on the left and like a Marshall Shredmaster on the right, more or less, right? That's the
Okay.
two, basic topologies, if I recall right.
Now, is that the one that's shaped kind of like home plate?
Shaped like home plate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the gray one was my favorite. Then they came out with a red one. Then they changed the shape and added some weird switches and stuff. I didn't. It was too much. I didn't care for that one as much as the first two. But anyways, I really loved the sound of those two stacked up, and so that's kind of why I started liking that sound, just like a distortion into a Tube Screamery type circuit.
Now that's an older pedal. Were you in the pedal game then?
Not professionally. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the time that I was modifying stuff and
Okay.
pulling parts out. I'm like, what's this little shaped thingy? What happens if I put a resistor where a cap went?
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
Cap. Yeah.
Capacitor.
Yeah.
Speaking of capacitors, let's talk about metal film compared to, polyester.
I'll be right back.
Polyester.
I'm gonna go get your pocket protector.
Hold on.
But kind of while we're on like overdrives and stacking together, I actually had some people email in. I think one thing is kind of cool. I didn't know you can do this with one of our pedals until Tom Quayle did it with his. You can run the dual fusion at 18 volts.
Yeah.
And it'll clean it way up, gives it more headroom. That thing sounds awesome. I mean, it sounded good before, but it sounds awesome. At
No,
18
it sounds
volts.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not.
No, I know what you mean. It's not your
It's
cup of
not
tea.
my bag typically. But Brian's taking a selfie over here. No, but it's not my bag typically. If you run at 18 volts, it sounds awesome.
Nice.
I really enjoy it. So you guys out there that have, and I checked with our Master Tech. You can run it at 18 volts without blowing it up.
The Master Tech.
The Master Tech, Brian,
Which would be
Wampler.
Brian. Yeah.
Yeah. Our research and development team. But yeah, if you guys are home and you have an 18 volt negative center pin power supply, check it out.
And I'd like to talk about my process of research and development when it comes to different voltages. It's sort of like this. I don't know. Let's give it a try and see what happens.
Let's build it really strong, and if I put too much voltage in it, that should be good.
I
don't smell
love how
anything yet.
technical Max is. We'll build it really strong.
Yeah, well, essentially,
We'll
like,
use a lot of solder this time.
a lot of solder. We'll put some good power doodads in there, and if I know the power doodads smell like smoke, we're good.
I love that when people are like, man, my pedal, it smells like burnt plastic.
Is
I get
D1
that
really
all the
black?
time. Yeah, exactly.
If D1
Well, it wouldn't
black.
be D1.
Yeah.
It'd be an R.
Do what?
R1.
Yeah.
Yeah, R1. 'cause
Yeah,
it
not
goes
D1,
through
R1.
a smallish resistor, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it goes to a MOSFET to protect it,
Yep.
to protect everything else.
MOSFETs.
Because I'm awesome. No, I'm kidding. That's actually a Justin Simpson thing.
Yeah. Well, it's just easier to fix that one resistor than it is a whole pedal.
Yeah, usually, yeah. That's and that helps a lot of people who have put the wrong adapter, like you got your Line 6 adapter, whatever it was AC.
Right.
It's not always the case. It's not always the case.
It's not.
Right.
No, yeah, but I mean, it's easier to replace one or two parts than to take a whole new circuit board.
Right, and
cheaper too.
Yeah, I do want to say that does. If you fix it yourself, it totally voids the warranty, and that's pretty much every manufacturer, not just Wampler.
Yeah,
but people like that because sometimes you can fix it yourself or take it to a qualified tech. Right. But we don't have authorized techs, so what you consider qualified still voids the warranty.
Well, I take that back. There are a few in different countries that we do work with. Yeah.
Okay.
We'd have to ask the international team, meaning Jason Wilding.
Jason Wilding at WamplerPedals.com.
No, just Jason.
Just Jason.
Oh, yeah, just Jason at WamplerPedals.com.
He likes to get Facebook requests, too. Look him up on Facebook.
Yeah. I will say one thing. Our email addresses are really hard to guess.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Mine's Big Papa Mau Mau.
Oomp Mau Mau. Is that Alabama that did that song?
No idea.
Giddy up,
No, that's Oak Ridge Boys,
Oak
dude.
Ridge Boys.
Yeah.
Isn't that the exact same band?
I think like one of the guitar players is one of our customers.
Well, I know for Alabama, he plays the Ego Compressor.
Does he?
Dude, did you know their guitar player? One of his fingers is he has trigger finger, and he never got it fixed. It is locked in a position.
Really?
Yeah, because I went to shake his hand, and then because I had something in my right hand, I went to shake him with my left hand. He's like, I can't shake with that hand, and I looked at it. I was like, dude, how do you play? He's like, just got used to it.
Small necks.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing. Yeah, it's really, and you can see it like when he was in that Brad Paisley video. Mm-hmm. If you look real closely, I mean, yeah, it's the same dude. Cool. But yeah,
how do you get trigger finger?
I had surgery on trigger finger.
Really?
Yeah, that's something I could talk about real quick too, man. Is repetitive stress injuries.
Yeah, man.
Big time. Like I used to play professionally. That's like how I ate. And I used to teach and. I developed a couple different repetitive stress injuries. I got carpal tunnel, and then which made me change my whole technique, and then I got trigger finger, and my finger would literally lock in a curled position.
So what happens if you try to straighten it?
It popped right back out. And most of the time, that didn't hurt, but it would wake me up at night. I'd be in excruciating pain. And, so with the carpal tunnel and the numbness and then the excruciating pain, it was like having pain and numbness at the same time. It was terrible. I will say this, do not be afraid to get the surgery. I was back going. They said 6 weeks. I was teaching in 2 weeks.
Huh.
So I don't think you were supposed to be teaching it 2 weeks.
Well, I had to pay my mortgage. So, but
something about food.
Yeah,
you liked it.
I know.
It's I feel like I'm addicted to food. Like if I didn't eat, I'd die.
Technically, you can go 3 weeks without eating until you die. That's true.
Do not trust Max on that. Do not try that.
No, don't try it. I don't think I can go 3 hours.
You can't. You turn into a little.
No, I do. I'm like, have you ever seen that Snickers commercial where like you turn into a diva? If I don't eat every 6 hours, I'm like that. I should have told Brian we're at an airport one time. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get some food here real fast. I'm ripping your freaking head off. He's like, you do know I signed your paycheck. I'm like, oh yeah. Well,
I think you're like somebody's gonna die.
Yeah, somebody's gonna die.
How many pieces of nicotine gum have you had this episode?
I think this is my second or third.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know why we're so
up the
skinny.
class.
Some people eat. I just chew nicotine gum and drink coffee.
But no, I mean the thing is like one thing I found is I have a terrible technique. I totally do. I play with my thumb over the neck, and I'll even do my bar chords that way. I'll grab that root with my thumb.
I never could do that, man. I mean, I never felt comfortable to me.
I can't do it like sitting down, but when I'm standing, it's just more comfortable. Really? Mm-hmm.
Never was.
No matter the size of the neck, I always did that. And now I've kind of gotten away from that, and I did the whole thing to where you kind of can leave a finger in between your finger and the fretboard. And man, it changed the way I play, but to be honest with you, it made me play more lines and melody than it did just skittlies and wheedles. You know what I mean?
What about the badukadickas?
Yeah, badukadickas. Well, that's country. But I mean, I think you would agree that
for sure,
I played completely different now. But yeah, that's one thing. For instance, my doctor that did the surgery, he does like all the surgeries for that Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a symphony orchestra.
They're great.
They are. But did you know there's like an injured reserve list?
Huh.
Yeah,
No,
if
it's
you
not.
get hurt, you can have the surgery, and then they put you kind of like on an IR, and then they bring you back when you're better. But it was so cool to have a doctor that did the surgery that was so in tune, no pun intended.
Oh, I see what you did there.
But no, he straight up told me. He said, you know, he's like, what? He said, you might want to go down a gauge of strings. That's pretty cool for a doctor to say that doesn't play guitar.
Did you say, have you ever heard of Stevie Ray Vaughan?
He played telephone pole wires.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just grab wire that you use for a house. Start the guitar with that.
I had a stiff lesson with that, man. I had this last gig a couple weeks ago I played. I broke 2 high E strings on my guitar, and I was changing a high E string and broke another one. So all I had left in the pack was a 13 B string or a 14 B string. So I put that on as an E string. I feel like Stevie Ray Vaughan. My fingers are murder.
Oh, man.
And I don't recommend that. So you listen
I've
to
had to
home,
do
pack
that
more E
before.
strings.
That stinks.
I'll quit.
If you're breaking that many E strings,
I'll just
you may
play
have a
Keith
problem
Richards
on your
songs
breaker.
all
Well,
night.
I'm glad you brought that up, man. I thought I had like a burr on my saddle, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had that. I know Travis and I talked about that. I had it deburred, had it set back up. You know, I'm still breaking E strings, so I've sent an email to the good people at Graphtech to see what they recommend or if they want to send anything our way for shows. But I haven't heard back.
Do they
from them.
make like what do they call it, the bone?
Yeah, it's like artificial ivory. It's called tusk or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's supposed to like help
That's
your
the nut,
strings.
not the saddle, though, right?
Yeah, the saddle itself. Yeah, and I'm breaking it right at the saddle.
I don't
So-
want the nut. I just want the rest of the elephant. Just send the rest. Of the
elephant. No, but for anybody that's listening that might, I know, right? Yeah, that's never mind. But for anybody listening, if anybody has any suggestions or like knows any like great saddles that save strings,
The graph tag, man.
I know Graphtech, but they're not answering my emails.
Yeah, don't you love that? I sent a
That's customer service in me though. I'm like, why aren't you answering my emails?
there's 2 companies that are like that. That one of them, can I say it? I better
sure.
not.
Well, whatever you say is a product of your own.
Yeah, it's my own Travis Feaster, not Chasing Tone, just Travis Feaster.
Right.
But Line 6, man, if anybody out there is listening,
Oh, man.
answer some emails, yo.
Dude,
Right?
I've never emailed. them.
I'll say this about Line 6. They made it in conjunction with the Bogner. That amp, and when that amp blew up on
Z
me.
Bogner?
Z-Bogner.
Zibogna.
Neither Line 6 nor Bogner would fix my amp.
Oh wow.
But did they at least answer your email?
Yeah, they're like, well, yeah, we can send you a new motherboard, but you have to purchase it. And it was like, as much as an amp, I'm like, yes, forget that.
Yeah.
You know what the
Who blew that amp up anyway? What a jerk.
Jerk.
I don't know if it's been for how
Travis.
long, but the guy that handles Bogner stuff now, I think his name Ari or something like that. We met him at
Yeah.
the guy that was with Bogner when we were there. Super good guy. So I mean, so you shouldn't. I wouldn't think you'd have any problems with Bogner's
Well,
emailing. I wouldn't
Yeah,
think.
Bogner and Line 6 both make great products. They make some of the best amps and pedals.
I've
I
actually.
mean, their wireless systems are killer, man.
They're great, but I won't buy anything on principle now.
Oh, see, I did. I bought this even after that because I had a question about another thing, but I went ahead and bought that G30. You heard it last night.
It sounded killer. Yeah, it sounded killer.
And the thing is too is it's weird to say a wireless system sounds killer.
You can't tell.
Because if it's good, it sounds like nothing.
It sounds like your guitar.
It just sounds like nothing. You know what I mean? And then that's what I wanted. You couldn't tell at all.
I wanted to hate it on principle. I'm like, it's not a cable. It's not going to sound good. But it had like this cable link simulator in it. It sounded great.
Worked
It really
perfect.
did.
I wonder how many people actually, if you're watching the YouTube video, then post at the bottom. If you're listening to the podcast, and send us a mail or Twitter or something. But I wonder how many people have stopped buying a company's products just simply because they didn't get their emails answered or
Right.
whatever.
I did after I won't mention names, but after I met a famous pedal builder modifier
At NAM.
at NAM, he gave me the cold shoulder, and I went home and sold everything I ever bought from him.
Yeah, good
just
for
on
you.
principle.
Good for you, man.
Just on principle. I was like, dude, now it's probably like I had that lost puppy look. I'm like, yeah, and I like remember that time you built this pedal and I bought it. It was
awesome.
And it was awesome. He's like, okay, yeah, thanks. And then just gave me a cold shoulder.
And
I'm
the thing
like,
is,
all right,
too, is
selling
like-
everything now.
And I'm not trying to say that somebody in the industry deserves better treatment than a customer, but you would think they would get as much. You know,
we're
you
all
don't-
guitar players, man.
Yeah.
It's-
Without customers, it's just a hobby.
You're
know?
right. Yeah, and you know, some people are so guarded though to where they think, you know, well, this guy works for another company. He's talking to me about stuff. You know, he wants to know my secrets, and it's so funny because like
That's such an old school thing too.
What the thing that cracks me up was just yesterday. We were emailing Jamie from Earthquaker Devices, and we're trading pedals.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like if he was worried about us wanting to know his secrets, he would not trade pedals with us. He's cool, man, and same with us. It's like, dude.
I know there's a Ryan from I think it's RJM Effects. I think is this company.
Okay.
And so he'll always call me up and like, dude, I'm trying to get these retailers. What would you do in this situation?
Yeah.
You know, and you just so you don't see that among people
Right.
outside of like our little boutique. At least the newer guys, like you're telling me about the person at NAM who
Sorry, bud.
had a.
Oh, damn.
You're such a flower, Brian.
So,
You flower.
yeah, I mean, you know, when you start slamming other people on Instagram and who's in your
Oh,
niche,
yeah.
that's just, you know, grow up, man.
You know, even from a customer standpoint, though,
Yeah, because
like,
I mean, he took a shot at you personally
Yeah, I mean,
on
personally,
Instagram.
you know, I'm just like, "Shh,
Give me a
dude,
break. You know?
what's it like being in 2004? You know? Everybody wants. I'm not going to do it.
and if you can't guess who it is by now, then
Yeah.
just stop
No, I
listening.
mean, ordinarily that's probably a cool situation, but for whatever reason,
Well, it's because he took a dig at you personally in a
Right.
public forum.
I love
yeah.
this.
So if I was Jamie from Earthquaker, I'd never do that again.
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah, right.
I'm teasing
No,
Jamie.
Jamie's
like-
cool dude, man.
Guitar nerd rage. Like, let's do this.
Stop it.
No, but just interaction in general. Even like with customers, like yeah, it might take like a day, sometimes like on a weekend, 2 days to get back to you. But like I'd rather a customer come talk to me before they plug in their 18-volt AC power supply. Like I always want to seem more approachable. I want people to talk to us if they ever have any questions or just like, hey, how do I set my pedals up? Like email us, you know. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd answer
just
probably
call
20
us or
emails a
whatever.
day.
Yeah.
Just don't ever follow those suggested settings in the manual.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, that's actually a good point
It
because
is a
there's a
good
lot of
point.
times, like, if you follow the suggested Brad Paisley setting and you're using, I don't know, a Bassman, it's nowhere near what you would want to do because the Bassman's darker, you know? But if you're using on an AC30, it's probably going to be closer. If you're using on a
Right.
twin, you probably would want to, I mean, it's,
On
all
that-
that stuff is so subjective. Where's your bass and mids and treble at on your amp? What kind of guitar are you using?
Right.
You know?
And we use a really, at least here in the office, we use a Mesa Boogie, and it doesn't have a lot of character. It's a very flat amp.
Yeah.
The Lone
You know?
Star, right?
The Lone Star, yeah. It's a 112. It's very flat. It's not really
It's
colored.
the biggest cabinet on a 112 I've ever
it's a
seen.
heaviest amp
Oh,
in the world.
man.
It weighs like 105 pounds.
Yeah, it's
A metric
Not quite
ton.
that much.
A metric ton.
It's a little less than a boatload.
It is
a
buttload.
little less than a boatload.
But no, it's a very flat amp. So yeah, that's very subjective. So don't email me about that. Just play around. No, I'm joking. You can email me about that.
I really want
Yeah, if you have any questions about that, Travis at Wampler Pedals.
customers to ask us about that, but don't email me.
I don't sound like that. It's fine.
All I got to do is try to sound like Seth Rogen.
If you have a question, send a letter to P.O. Box.
Handwritten letter, wax seal. If there's no wax seal on it, forget about it.
Oh, so, I mean, we touched on some things, you know, right?
Did we talk about guitar tone at all?
Yes.
We did,
We
yeah.
talked about stacking overdrives and Kenny Stein. You know,
Kerry King.
Kerry King.
Never heard of her.
Kerry, I like that.
Isn't that chick with the blood in the 70s?
Yes,
That
and
movie?
the pig or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, okay, so I do got a favor to ask of the listeners. But if you guys could, if you listen to this on iTunes, if that's your outlet or whatever, leave us a review on there. You know, even if it's, we're not asking for a positive review every time. Obviously, that'd be great if you dig the show. But just an honest review, you know. So if you guys could do us a favor, you know, tell the people there, you know, what you think of the show. You know, that'd be great. Also, you know, share the podcast, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If it brings you joy, why not share that?
It's like a good Kit Kat, you know. You want to break a piece off and give it to a buddy. No?
I'm gonna roll with it because you're my boss.
Yeah, because you're my boss, I'll give you that and be like, totally.
But hey, hashtag give me a break. Yeah, break so like that. So yes, I get back into there. But yeah, if you guys have questions like those in Twitter land, man, just hashtag it, man. Ask Chasing Tone, or ask Chasing Tone if you guys have any questions.
Hashtag Ask Chasing Tone.
And just blast us a question or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, Travis would be more than happy to answer.
It's true. It is true. So, and like always, if you guys have any questions or comments, either put them in the YouTube comments or just email us at podcast@wamplerpedals.com. So, for Max and Brian, I'm Travis. Thank you guys so much for listening.